Okay, well, I'm gonna get back to working on these GP9, and also I'm testing this camera. I put the camera back on the manufacturing settings. I want to see what it does to on the way it looks on the YouTube. Seems as editing with this type of camera seems to lose its focus. So I'm doing a few tests with the camera as I'm working on these GP9s. I'm going back to working on the 164 and the 162. I added all the detail. All I'm going to do now is add the stacks on there. I got all the other parts on there. Then I've been working on this. See if they have the parts for the brake line. Okay, let's start to work on these grab irons. What I'm going to do is replace the plastic ones with brass. You see right here on the drawing 4 here. Here's all the plastic grab irons. You can see where you already look and see how some of them are broken. That's the reason why I like to replace them with brass. Okay, here you can take a look at some of the brass grab irons. One got the Des Moines Plains Hobbies, Old Scale America detail parts. Call them drop grab, and the other ones is from Precision Scale. The two that I'm buying. I'm actually going to be using the Old Scale America drop grabs for these two GP9s. Here's the smoke deflector, the spark arrestor. That I'm going to be using for the top. They're both brass. I'm actually going to be using super glue to put them all on. I might have to do something different for such a larger part for the stack. See how they hold on there. See if the I might use epoxy glue to attach these smoke stacks, these arresting stacks with spark arresters with. Okay, I removed the dynamic brake. Here you will see where the stacks go at, the two spark arresters. I'm going to try to, I don't know what type of glue I want to use on here. I probably called a couple of hobby stores and asked them about it. I never used such a flat surface before, but I'm going to have to remove the rivet detail that's on the these stacks here before I put the two brass pieces on. But I'm going to see if the regular super glue will hold it on there. Okay, I just used my little knife and just removed the rivet detail off the top of the stacks here. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to sand off the bottoms of these to make sure these two adhere to the plastic. I think I'm going to use the test the 3M adhesive, super strength adhesive, since you can be able to buy that directly at a hardware store. You get that most anywhere. I'm going to try that first, see how that works. Okay, this is the 3M super strength adhesive. I'm going to try to see how this works with brass. I had done other things, but I never put too many large pieces. This is the first time I have something I want to have to use a threaded screw. I still might put a threaded screw underneath the bottom of this to hold this together, but I'm going to try this super strength adhesive, see how it works. You'll be able to buy this 3M brand at any hardware stores or regular stores. Okay, also I want you to know is that to make sure these parts right here are flat. That's what's good about having a stone like this, a polished stone or glass. To making sure your surfaces are flat. I took this file right here and actually went around the edges and pushed them down. I make sure I didn't distort the rivets or destroy them. But I just went around all the edges, make sure the surfaces were flat. Okay, let's try this out. We're going to use this super 3M super adhesive. I'm going to use my Use a toothpick on there. See how it works. Yeah, that's already sand at the bottom of this. I'm curious to see how this works, if it holds. That's the first time I tested the glue on brass. I put it on other materials. I even tried it on wood. I even tried it on resin kits. And I'm going to try it on brass and plastic, see how it holds. I'm going to give this at least 24 hours to dry. It seems like it holds as soon as I put it down. Oops. I'm going to try some on both surfaces. I'm just going to do this, just this one side. I'm curious how this will set. Make sure it's square. And it looks pretty good. I'm just going to do this one side, give it about 24 hours, and then test it. That's the maximum time that I usually let something, trying something new without damaging the plastic itself. Well, I decided to go ahead and use the Zappa gap for the other side to see how strong that is. I'm actually not going to try to pull at it. I might go ahead and put a thread underneath there just to secure it. I think it holds, but I think I can work it loose if I try hard for this. But it does hold pretty good. But I think I'm going to stick with the Zappa gap. I haven't waited 24 hours. It's only been about an hour since I put this on there. It actually does hold up. I can actually lift it up like this. It won't come loose and actually shake on it with using a 3M. And also use the Zappa gap. Does the same thing. Doesn't come loose. But the 3M super strength adhesive you can actually buy at the regular hardware store. You won't have to look in any specialty store to find the super adhesive. This right here. You don't have to actually go to a hobby store to find it. You can go to a regular hardware store. Okay, on the KCS GP9s, there's no lettering or anything on the front of the locomotives, no striping or anything. So I can go ahead and put the grab irons in there without interfering with any decals or any way it's painted. I don't see anything special painted on the this is the 162. All the grabs are black. I don't see any from the photograph I have right now. Doesn't show any too much detail on it that they painted the grabs with white on it. The 162 is a black locomotive. There's no numbers or anything on the side, just on the number boards. So I can go ahead and put these on. If you have a locomotive with stripes or something like that, you want to go ahead and then decal it, then put your grab irons on. Since there's no decals or striping or anything on here, I can go ahead and put the grab irons on. These brass grab irons has the places on there where it won't go all the way through, so I won't have to create a template, something like this. I had to create a spacer, so I actually don't have to do this. So if some other type of grab irons, you had to create a spacer, something like this, so the grab irons wouldn't go all the way in. But these brass ones, I don't have to do that. Okay, what you're looking at here is the finished grab irons I put on. This is a $18 worth of grab irons. That's the only bad thing about using brass, but good thing about using brass is it lasts. You look at almost $18 plus this price of these. Each time you put a brass piece on here, their prices go up. I don't know why brass is so high. You seen the thing I was showing you before. You actually can bend your own grab irons if you want to, but then you had to use a spacer if you want to get much cheaper than buying them. But these have rivet details on them, which I like, and I just put them on. So you actually don't have to pay this much for them. Okay, here's the other side. You can see put the brake on. I kind of made it smaller. It looks a little bit bigger than what's on the real one. So I made mine a little bit smaller than that. But I put all the grab irons on. But since this thing doesn't have any numbers or striping in it, so I go ahead and put it on there. If you have something with stripes on it, don't put your grab irons on until after you painted it.